Hello and welcome to the Season 1 finale of the Commander gameplay series Upkeep. In this episode, pretty cool idea. Everyone's bringing back a deck that they played earlier in the season that they feel like didn't quite get there. So we're giving these decks a second chance. Hopefully they get to play a little bit better. Should be pretty interesting. The deck I am playing today is Kozilek the Great Distortion. I played this deck back in episode 6 when we all played Voltron. I basically cast like 3-4 spells the whole game and just died. That was one of the worst games because it just ended so fast. So hopefully Kozilek will actually get to do some things this time. I made a couple upgrades. Should be good.
Hey, I'm Steven and I'm going to be playing Rhonas the Indomitable this week. I played this deck back in Budget Week and I just got really mana screwed early in the game. By the time I finally started doing stuff, everyone was like a mile ahead of me. So I'm giving this deck another chance again. And I'm also wearing my lucky shirt today. I wore this shirt back in episode 0 and Rainbow Week, and I won both of those games. So technically I've won 100% of the games I've played while wearing this shirt. So we'll see how this does.
Hey guys, we're here for Event Week, and this time I'm gonna bring back Krenko, my boss. So just like last time, the deck wants to pump out a bunch of goblins as quickly as possible, make a huge board state, throw them at people so I can take their lifetimes as quickly as possible. And as for upgrades, what I've mostly done since then is just put in some board wipes in case we get overrun too quickly.
Hey guys, Tommy back again for another game. This time I will be playing Isshin, Two Heavens as One. I played this guy back in episode 4 when we all played our favorite decks. Didn't really feel like he got to do what he needs to do, and I've also made some pretty substantial upgrades to this deck, so I'm excited to see how it goes.
If you'd like to support Geek and Seek, consider becoming a patron. All patrons also get to join our Discord, where you'll not only be able to hang out and talk Magic, but also have yourself or your deck appear in our upcoming Magic Online and Spell Table series.
Carefully get back in
Told you
here.
life was gonna be this way.
I hate it.
I was getting my clap on.
Season 1 finale. Let's go. You want to see something awesome? We're gonna War Room. It's a land that I can draw cards off of eventually, but for 1, we're gonna Soul Rink.
Get him.
And then for 2, we're gonna cast Plague Mirror, which is a 1/1 infecting mana dork. Go ahead. Ending the season on a high note.
I was gonna say, fear.
I will play a Forest. I will tap it to play Arborial Grazer. It is a 0/3 beast with reach. When it enters the battlefield, I may put a land card from my hand onto the battlefield tapped. And I pass the turn.
Okay, I will draw. Ramping. I play Pad of Ancestry tapped and passed.
Oh, so sad.
Oh, no turn once.
I'm gonna play the Evolving Wilds, tap, sack it, go find a mountain, then I will pass.
All right. I'm gonna play Rogue's Passage. It's a colorless land that I can pay for and tap it to make a creature unblockable this turn. I guess let's go ahead and for 1, 2, 3, I want to tap the War Room to draw a card. Poison doesn't do anything in this deck.
Okay.
Alright, I'll play Forest as my land for turn. I will pay 1 to play Pelt Collector. 1/1, whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield or dies, if that creature's power is greater than Pelt Collector's, put a 1/1 counter on Pelt Collector. And as long as Pelt Collector has 3 or more 1/1 counters on it, it has trample. And then I will pay 1 green to play Shaper's Sanctuary. Whenever a creature you control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. I will hit Morgan for 0, and no, I'm just kidding, I'm fast.
Den of the Bugbear will be my land for turn. I'll pass for now.
Okay. I'll play a Shine Shadow Snarl. It's a mouthful if you're trying to say that one fast. As it enters, I can reveal a plains or swamp, and I will do that. I have a swamp.
It is in fact a
That
It is a swamp, I can confirm. So it does not enter tapped. Not that it really matters, because I'm not going to do anything else, and I pass the turn.
All right.
He give us free information for no reason.
I have a basic land.
I'm gonna play a Zhalfirin Void as my land for the turn it enters the battlefield. I scry 1. Nah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cast Mystic Forge artifact that says I can look at the top card of my library anytime, and I can cast the top card of my library if it's an artifact card or a colorless non-land card, and I can pay a life and exile the top card of my library. Go ahead and look at the top. That's gas.
Good to know, good to know.
I will pass.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay. I will play a Forest as my land for turn. I will pay 3 to play my commander, Rhonas the Indomitable, which will put a 1/1 counter on Pelt Collector. I'm going to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Morgan, I'm going to hit you for 2. Okay, pass.
Before you go, Preston, I just want to talk about, can we look at the dichotomy between our side of the board and their side of the board? It's kind of scary. And we're the aggro players.
Well, maybe it was okay that I hit Morgan for 2.
Meowton. Alright, for 3, I'm going to cast Goblin Matron. Because it's a goblin, I do get a scribe, but I'm not going to worry about that because when she enters the battlefield, I get to search my library for any goblin card, reveal it, put it in my hands, and shuffle.
Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Where'd that come from?
Oh, that guy.
That's not Cotton Eye Joe.
Wait a minute.
You don't know his name.
I know for a fact his name is definitely Cotton Eye Joe.
Alright, Morgan, feel free to play a bunch of artifacts on your turn.
I'm terrified.
I'll pass.
All right. That swamp I revealed, in case y'all forgot. I will tap that swamp for a soul ring.
He's gonna win. Get him.
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take back counter. I just revealed a soul ring. It's fine.
We know he has a soul ring in the deck, so
I mean, it's commander. You got a soul ring in the deck. I'm actually going to do red, white, black, and bring out my commander.
Fair enough.
I'm tapped out, so I'll pass.
All right. Mystic Forge. I'm gonna look at the top card of my library. Also kind of cool.
Stop it!
I'm in danger.
3, 4. Cast the top card of my library. It's a Solemn Simulacrum.
Oh.
Enters the battlefield. I may search my library for a basic land card to put onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. We will grab a waste. And when it dies, I can draw a card. Anyone want to be my friend and attack me so I can have my Solemn die?
I'll do it.
What a real G.
I mean, he already attacked you for free, so like...
Look at the top card of my library. I can cast this for free.
Oh,
it's the
you can.
Soul Talisman. It's gonna have 3 suspend counters, so it's off in exile. At the beginning of my upkeep, I remove a counter, and it's basically just an extra copy of Soul Ring whenever it decides to show up. So I decided to go ahead and look at all the ruling for Soul Talisman, and this is a lot to take in, but it would imply that it's probably not legal for me to cast the Soul Talisman off the top with the Mystic Forge, and even if I do need to pay the 1, which that does get corrected and handicapped on my next turn, but even then, probably not legal. I think it does have to come from my hand. The confusion around this came from the modern deck that is all about the suspend cards and cheating them in via Cascade, which is also a legal move in Commander if you're using cards like Yidris. Either way, that means that this is probably not a legal move on my part, even with the handicap I give myself starting next turn. And for what you're about to see next turn from me, it probably doesn't matter that happened, but you never know. It could have maybe affected the outcome of this game, but I don't think so. So I'm going to turn it over to you. Let me know in the comments when stuff like this happens in your games where someone does like a general misplay or a complicated rule kind of gets overlooked. How do you guys try to correct it and try to make it so that the rest of the game goes smoothly? All right, anywho, let's get back to the game. I'm going to play Shrine of the Forsaken Gods as my land for the turn. It taps for colorless, or it can tap for 2 colorless if it's casting a colorless spell, but only if I have 7 or more lands, which currently I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 1, 2, 3, I want to cast the Staff of Domination. 3 mana artifact that has a bunch of abilities. Definitely helped Preston out with his Dockside Extortionist.
I was about to say.
Do you have any artifact lands yet?
No, I actually think I only have 1 artifact land in my deck.
I'll pass. Okay. I'll play Forest as my land for turn. I will go ahead and pay 5 to play Galta, Primal Hunger.
Oh!
12 Trample.
Oh no.
Oh, and that will put a 1/1 counter on Pelt Collector. I'm going to attack Preston with Pelt Collector and Morgan with Rhonas.
Okay, I will block with the Solemn Simulacrum. When it dies, I will draw a card.
I'll block with Goblin Matron.
I don't think it matters, but I am going to look at the top card of my library just because I can.
Okay.
Well, that's gas.
Stop it. It's sussing me out, dude.
Mountain. Yeah, that's not a very good dog side.
Maybe wait a couple turns. I mean, you know Tommy has the Soul Ring. I'm going to keep playing artifacts.
Yeah.
I can't afford to not play my cards.
I'll bring out Krenko and I'll get to scry 1 because of Path of Ancestry. Yeah, keep that on top. Pass.
Cool. We'll do the Tainted Peak. Taint. Tap it for 1 for a Soul Ring, for 2 black Mardu Strike Leader. Whenever Mardu Strike Leader attacks, I put a 2/1 black warrior creature token onto the battlefield, and it has dash for 3 and a black, which I didn't cast it for. You know what? I will say I cast it for the dash cost, actually. If I do, it gains haste from the battlefield to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. I'm going to attack Preston with him. So when he attacks, I will put 2/1 warriors onto the battlefield because it gets doubled from Isshin.
Petty. Take 3.
Got 2 of those bad boys. So on my end step, he will bounce back into my hand because I cast him for the dash cost. I'll pass.
I am going to give myself a slight handicap. I'm going to come into this turn with 1 less land because that Soul Talisman to suspend it, I was supposed to pay 1 mana, and I think I just cast it for free. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of a handicap on this turn. But I will remove a counter from it.
I think you had mana open, but...
So let's play a Temple of the False God as my land for turn.
The better ancient tomb.
That's not funny.
1 eternity later.
Decisions, Isshin. Bars.
I'm sorry, this is so hard. I want to pay a life and tap the Mystic Forge. Using a life, exiling the top card of my library. Look at the top. That's cool, but it doesn't help me right now. 5/6, and we're gonna cast Ugin the Virgin.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
I don't think that's right.
I don't think that's what the card says.
The main thing I need, it says colorless spells cost 2 less to cast. Let's go ahead and uptick him. Exile the top card of my library. It's a 2/2 creature, and when it would leave the battlefield, it goes to my hand.
It's a spirit, right?
Yes, the top card of my
I
library.
didn't think it was an artifact, but I was checking.
Stop, Morgan.
Morgan's scaring you guys.
So colorless spells cost 2 less to cast, and remember I can cast artifacts from the top of my library because of the Mystic Forge. So for free, we're gonna cast Mana Vault.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so you know where you're swinging Golta.
Can I do the thing now?
Oh no, I don't like that.
What's the thing?
It's a bad question.
There's a reason I said earlier, oh, that's gas. We're gonna tap the Mana Vault, so that'll be 3 mana, 1 of it, because again, 2 less to cast off the Ugin. We're gonna cast Basalt Monolith, artifact that taps for 3, and then I can pay 3 to untap it. And then with the other 2 that's floating and 1 more, again, 2 less to cast, Forsaken Monument. Colors creatures I control get +2/+2. Whenever I tap a permanent for a colorless, I add an additional colorless. Whenever I cast a colorless spell, I gain 2 life. So let me demonstrate the loop, my friends.
Yeah, I thought this is what was going to happen.
So Basalt Monolith now will tap for 4 mana, meaning you
You have infinite colorless mana. We
I
get
have
it.
infinite colorless mana. So let's see what I can do with infinite colorless mana.
Nothing past the turn. My other 2 cards are land.
he could at least cast his commander.
I can cast cards from the top of my library. I also have Staff of Domination.
Oh.
Let's cast Kozilek, yeah.
Yeah.
Kozilek's here, yay! So I get to draw, when I cast him, I get to draw back up to 7, so I have 2 cards in hand, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Was mostly lands. I'll cast the Golem's Eye, mana rock that taps for 2. Look at the top card of my library. I'll use the Staff of Domination to draw a card, and then I'll untap it.
You can also gain infinite life.
I can gain infinite life. I'm gonna keep drawing cards off of the Staff of Domination for a minute. We're gonna cast the Lightning Greaves.
Oh god.
I'm gonna go ahead and attach it to Kozilek, so Kozilek now has Haste and Shroud. Cast Hedron Archive off of the top. Draw a card. Draw a card.
This feels like cheating. Like,
Draw a card.
That's just what happens when Kozilek pops off. It's just that.
Kozilek wasn't even
Draw a
involved.
card.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Cycle the Blasted Landscape to draw a card. We're gonna cast Dousing Dagger. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent creates 2/0/2 green plant tokens with Defender. Steven, you wanna be friends? You want some tokens?
okay.
Here, have a couple of 0/2s.
Okay.
I'm gonna move the Lightning Greaves over to the Plague Mirror. And then I'm going to equip Dousing Dagger to Kozilek, so it gets +2/+0. And then I will move the Lightning Greaves back over to Kozilek, giving him Haste and Shroud again. And then Staff of Domination, I'm going to tap target creature, tap down Krenko.
Oh no. Oh no.
So I'm gonna swing 14 commander damage at Preston. I am gonna keep track of commander damage because that's the main way I win here. And then when the creature with Dousing Dagger deals combat damage to a player, I transform it. It's now a land that taps for 3 mana of any one color.
Well, it could be worse.
Could it?
Not much, but technically yes.
I'm gonna draw another 3 cards, let's say.
I didn't like those 3. Let's do another 5.
Yeah.
So again, with the infinite mana and the Staff of Domination, you can't technically say infinite in this game because that's not a real number, but we're gonna gain an arbitrarily large amount of life.
We're gonna see how high the counter will go.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and pass the turn, and I'll have to discard down to hand size.
I'll just keep holding this while you're taking your turn.
Yeah, it's just gonna keep going.
I'm going to pay 4 to play Harmonize, draw 3 cards. Fair.
That's really powerful.
I will play Myriad Landscape as my land for turn. It enters the battlefield tapped.
I'm sure they can't hear it in the video, but it sounds like there's a very small animal running furiously across the table because it's vibrating every time it ticks up by 10.
You know what? I can do it, Preston. It's my life.
Is there
It's kind of satisfying. It feels funny when it vibrates.
That's why I wasn't complaining as much. I was like, it's kind of fun.
It's kind of fun, yeah.
I will say that with this arbitrarily large amount of life, it's not impossible for me to win. I mean, you can eventually just board wipe a few times and lock me out of the game from doing anything, and kill me with commander damage.
Commander damage is always an option.
So it's not like you guys can't win the game.
Would it be more beneficial to swing out Morgan with Galta or his Planeswalker?
Just get rid of his Planeswalker.
Yeah.
Morgan, your Planeswalker's gone.
Okay, I will go ahead and block with this 2/2 Spirit I have. Ugin the Virgin will still die.
I guess for now that'll be it.
Does Kozilek still have Shroud? And
Yes.
what is
I pay 2 for the dock side now, so I make 11 treasures. Normally that feels pretty good.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, we would just now be getting worried.
And now I will scry 1. No, I'll put that at the bottom. Go down to 9, tap these.
Does it really feel good?
And now
Wait for it to get
Yeah,
fixed.
it'll speed up.
Because you can pretty much do that at instant speed, right?
Yep.
So me doing this like...
Star of Extinction.
Oh, that'll do it.
What's that say?
Destroy target land, and then 20 damage to each creature and each Planeswalker.
Ouch.
Rude!
I would destroy that land.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Right.
Alright.
Godspeed, soldier.
And then I'll use the last 4. 1 for Skirk Prospector, and 3 for Heat Stroke. At the end of each combat, destroy all creatures that blocked or were blocked this turn. Pass.
Alright. Mountain. Okay, first things first. We're gonna make it so Morgan does not have infinite mana anymore with the Bedevil on the Forsaken Monument. Or the Basalt Monument, which would be better.
Which one was Forsaken?
That's what I thought. Destroy target artifact.
Because that makes
so-
all of his stuff tap for more.
Right.
That happens.
Cool.
Yay! Alright, Morgan, this is the life total you're stuck with. And, like, it doesn't matter.
I'll accept.
Your terms are acceptable.
18,507.
Yep.
It's a good round number.
It's a solid number.
This is a fair game.
Sure it is.
Someone do an artifact board wipe.
Here's how I feel about infinite combos, okay?
1, 2, 3.
If it doesn't win you the game, it shouldn't be allowed. This did not win you the game, per se.
It could have
Which
won.
would have
I
made
could
him
have drawn
lose the
his.
game.
Yeah, I guess I could have milled myself.
3 in a black. I'm gonna go ahead and dash out Mardu Strike Leader, and I'm gonna swing him at Morgan.
Okay.
I mean, sure.
No, Steven.
Steven
Makes a
is
lot
the
more
smartest.
Yeah.
Okay, great now.
He will create just 1 warrior because Isshin is not out. And then on my end step, he will go back to my hand, and I will pass.
Seems decent.
The main thing I wanted to do was just stop him from getting more infinite mana.
You did it.
So
We did it.
For now.
for now, he
It was
can-
like return target artifact.
yeah. I mean, I'm
Uh,
sure there's something.
At the beginning of my upkeep, I'm gonna pay 4 to untap the mana vault. Draw for turn. We're gonna play Buried Ruin as my land for turn, and then we're gonna pay 2 and sacrifice the Buried Ruin to return target artifact from my graveyard to my hand.
I tried, fellas.
5/6. I'll have an extra floating, whatever. Recast the Forsaken Monument.
Yeah, if I wonder.
You're right.
So we're gonna cast Swiftfoot Boots.
The Gucci flip flop.
Now we can give it hexproof and haste instead of shroud.
I want to cast Kozilek, but I want to actually draw some cards off of them.
Oh no, it's not like you don't have any other ways to draw cards. Literally as many as you want.
Good point. All right, we'll just go ahead and cast Kozilek, and then we'll go ahead and move the boots on over to him. Do I just kill Preston?
Okay.
I'm just gonna hang out and draw some cards for a while. Cast a Burnish Heart. I'll leave it as a blocker. Draw. Ooh, hey. Fire Streaker. Equipped creature has double strike.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, now you get to pick anyone.
Yeah, now I think you can just kill any of us.
Anyone. Zephyr Boots. Equipped creature has flying, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, I get to loot.
Hey, I think Morgan wins.
Trailblazer Boots. Equipped creature has non-basic land walk.
So if you have any non-basic lands, you can't block.
Can't block it.
Foundry Inspector. Artifact spells cost 1 less to cast.
Because that matters at this point.
It doesn't not matter. Argentum Armor. Equipped creature gets +6/+6, and whenever it attacks, destroy target permanent. I don't want to mill myself out here. Oh, that's neat. Cast cast Thought Vessel. I have no maximum hand size.
A
Oh,
wet fart to end the season.
so earlier when Morgan said this game is going to be so gas, he meant for himself. I see.
That's what he meant by wet fart.
Let's just go ahead and go to combat. Preston already has 14 commander damage. I can kill him whenever I want. I might as well take one of you guys out.
I did something nice from you on turn 3.
If you
We're gonna go ahead and send Kozilek for lethal at Tommy.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
All right, and
I can't-
when he
there's like-
attacks, I'm going to blow up the Preston's enchantment.
I am no longer having a heat stroke.
Now you're just having a regular stroke watching this happen.
So I think Tommy, you're dead.
Yeah, no.
He's dead?
Let's see how many. I want to count. How many different ways can I not block Kozilek right now?
He has flying. He
Non-basic
has,
landwalk,
He has menace.
menace,
I think that's it.
and then there's the double strike, which would kill me anyway.
Yeah.
So
Goodbye.
so cool. Thanks, guys. That was a fun game.
Almost feel bad. No, you don't.
I'll draw. That's fun. I'll cast a Volcanic Key. I can tap it to untap a target artifact. I'll use the Staff of Domination to untap target creature, untapping Kozilek. I'm gonna go ahead and just pass the turn, and again, I have Thought Vessel, so I don't have to discard down to hand size.
So hey, Preston, you remember Voltron Week, right? This is kind of how we felt during Voltron Week. Now that you know what it feels like.
I'm gonna hold this for a while because I technically was gaining life off of the Forsaken Monument.
Here, I'll do it because I have nothing better to do.
I appreciate your contribution to society.
Yeah, you're welcome. Listen, this deck won in a game that we didn't film, so I'm excited for. I'm happy about that at least.
All right, Steven, what's the plan?
There is no plan.
Survive.
I'm going to
Concede?
stop. I'm going to pay 2 to play Search for Answers. I'm going to play Explorer. I may play an additional in this turn, draw a card.
The sad part is, even if I theoretically got my infinite combo going, you could just infinite combo life gain and we'd just be stuck here forever.
Yeah.
I can't really do anything, so I guess I'm going to pay 2 to sack Mirror Landscape and pass the turn.
Are you gonna find 2 forests?
Come on, Preston. Where's that Vandal Blast?
Basically,
Where's that Vandal Blast?
Well, that's not a Vandal.
That's not a Vandal Blast.
3 for Chaos Sphere. Creatures with flying cannot block creatures without flying, and creatures without flying can block creatures with flying. I guess I'll pay 6 to bring Krenko back out.
Krenko.
Scry 1. Well, that doesn't do it. Then I'm just gonna sacrifice both my goblins and pass the turn.
Bet.
So you're going to kill me this turn?
Are you gonna kill me?
I'm not able to.
Remove the last counter. The Soul Talisman is finally here. That's another 2 life, Tommy. Thank you much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Just kill us!
We're gonna cast All Is Dust.
Oh.
Each player sacrifices all colored permanents they control.
That's racist.
We will play Field of the Dead as my land for turn.
I will end this game with 1 non-land permanent on this battlefield. God is my witness. Okay, this is where Morgan plays an artifact board wipe and shocks us all.
And shocks us all.
I felt so bad about it that I just killed myself.
He felt so much remorse for killing me that he decides to not do that to you guys.
Well, no, he takes Steven out first, then he does that, and then I don't have anything on my turn.
I'm gonna hit Preston for
Cool.
lethal.
Yeah, okay.
Alright, and I'll get to loot.
So you're giving me 1 turn.
I'm going to discard a waste. I'm gonna play Vidalcan Ore. I can cast non-land cards at any time I could play an instant. I'm gonna just draw some cards because I can. Oh, look, Darksteel Forge. Artifacts I control are indestructible.
Oh, cool. There we go.
Commander Plate. My commander now has protection from all colors. +3/+3. Untap. Oh, I also forgot, when he attacks, I get to destroy a target permanent. Steven, I'll destroy one of your forests.
What kind of a person are you?
Is that a May ability?
No, I have to do it.
Okay, you have to do that. Then that's slightly better.
I'm gonna cast this now, just in case you come up with something later. It's Naviran Disc. Enters the battlefield tapped, and I can pay 1 tap it, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments.
You
Just
can
in
untap
case.
his artifacts.
The only way I can win is if I take Morgan's turn from him.
Yeah, basically.
Which is not.
Pass.
What are the odds of you sparing me?
Why?
For the generosity of your heart. It's not like I can do anything. I'm just being honest.
I'll think about it.
I guess I'm gonna pay 5 to play Nissa Worldwaker, and I'm gonna +1 her to untap for up to 4 target forests.
Now, Steven, why'd you do that? Now he's just going to be that guy that hits your planeswalker on his turn instead of hitting you.
Better than me. I guess I passed.
All right, I'm gonna use the Staff of Domination to draw roughly half of my remaining deck. This is still during Steven's turn.
I can't stand you.
Just when I thought there were no more sentences you could say to piss me off.
We're gonna cast Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I'll cast a Coveted Jewel. I'll cast a Sensei's Divining Top. I'm just kind of saying things now.
End the game.
I'm gonna cast Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, exiling 2 of your forests.
It's so nice of you. Which ones?
2 untapped ones. Now it's my turn, and I'm going to kill Nissa.
Exile them.
No, wait. There's no need to drag this out. No,
Okay,
I'm not
you're
shaking
good.
your hand.
Take my hand! Yay! Thanks for tuning in for this crazy game of Upkeep, and we will have a after show next week, talk a little bit about the deck and the game. The week after that, we are going to have a after season wrap up, talking a little bit about just the season overall, what our favorite games were, what colors we played the most, who won the most, all that kind of fun stuff, just statistics. We will also soon announce when season 2 is going to start. Season 2 will be longer, so it'll start even earlier. In between the seasons, we will have a couple extra games, so keep an eye out for those. Other fun content we will be having in the near future. See you guys later.